right, Coach, looks like we're back up and running. Unfortunately, we've had some technical issues this evening, but I think we've got those all sorted out. As Central is driving again, and that's kind of been the story of this first half so far, Coach. Central's been able to run the ball effectively against this Onalaska defense here in this first half as they're up 14-7 and they're marching down the field again.
Yeah, Central's only thrown the ball 3 times thus far and have run at 21 attempts thus far. And Onalaska's getting beat up on the line of scrimmage a little bit. Central's doing a nice job, and Herlitsky is very shifty back there and lightning quick.
Absolutely. And here comes Central now. Again, they run that RPO, and Herlitsky back to pass, and we have a stoppage of play, false start on Central. Thank a couple of our sponsors here. Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Family Wellness Center, natural, gentle, and effective care. Big Al's Pizza, downtown La Crosse, quality and tradition since 1979. Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service, La Crosse's leader in waste management solutions. And a penalty on Central will drop them back here, and it'll be third and about 15 from Onalaska's 35-yard line.
Big play for Onalaska here to try to get off the field.
And Herlitsky down the field and connects and going into the end zone for a touchdown for the Riverhawks on a quick slant and beautifully designed is the 6'5" Porter Petrasky, and that length on those arms kind of helped him reel in that catch, Coach, and that was a nice run after the catch.
Yeah, I ran a little slant route there, got inside. Basically, right when he caught the ball, he got hit, broke the tackle, and at that point, it was just a little easy little gallop into the end zone. Herlitsky put that ball right on the money.
Yeah, it was a beautiful throw by Herlitsky, and again, pretty textbook on some of these plays so far are the Riverhawks, and they will go for 2. And inside handoff. Actually, no, outside. Nice job by Herlitsky, and he gets in. Great effort by Herlitsky to get that one in, Coach, and a great play design by Central.
Yeah, he's tough to stop. He's small, but he's shifty and quick. Actually kind of made a nice dive from a couple yards out there to get into the end zone. Little excitement while we were gone. Onalaska did answer back.
It's been a lot of excitement today.
Couple Larson to Nicky Odom passes, one of them for an 11-yard touchdown. Central then returned the kickoff for a touchdown, but it got called back due to a penalty. And then on the first play from scrimmage, they threw a little swing pass to Warren. He went 72 yards. That got called back. And now Central just marched right down the field. So,
yeah, Central definitely showing off some of their offensive skill positions here tonight. And we talked about it in the pregame. They kind of a 3-headed monster, and then when you add Petrasky, kind of a 4-headed hydra. I mean, that thing, they have a lot of guys that can really stretch the field and make things difficult for opposing defenses in this RPO that they run.
Yeah, and, again, back to Coach Yashinsky coming into the game, felt like this might be Central made unleash Herlitsky running the ball a little bit more, and that's certainly what we've seen thus far. As Onalaska's had a hard time stopping it, and then when he has dropped back, he's found a couple nice open receivers.
And the kickoff by Central, a short kick and off the hands, but picked up now by Matty Burnett, and Burnett is going to get stopped at the 23-yard line for the Hilltoppers, and Onalaska will see if they can answer here, as this first half, for the most part, has been mostly the Central Riverhawks. Still weird to say, Coach, after all these years that they've been.
I'm not sure I'll ever get used to it.
The Hilltoppers now coming out with 3 wide receivers. Almost looks like Central's own formation here. H-back tight inside is Pika. Inside handoff to Gillis. And Gillis is going to be stopped inside that time. And I believe on the tackle, first one there was number 24, I believe, and that is Hunter Hess.
Central's doing a nice job plugging the middle. They've run some run blitzes to jam the middle up. Onalaska's having a little bit of a hard time getting the running game going.
Yeah, they are, and it looks like we have a flag on the play here. And it's against Central. Illegal substitution. So Onalaska gets a couple bonus yards here. 3 wide receiver set. Larson back there. Pika again set up tight right at that H-back spot. And Central showing blitz this time. And they come inside, and nicely done. And a good defensive call by the Riverhawks. And Ethan Shepard in there on the tackle. He's a very active linebacker. Not the biggest guy at 5'10", 195, but definitely did a good job reading that play. He was in on that seam blitz, coach, and Onalaska had no chance on that run.
You know, Onalaska had to reshuffle their line for tonight, and thus far I think they're having just a little bit of trouble with it.
And now back to passes. Larson, some pressure coming on the backside, and Aiden gets away. And a hard tackle that time, brought down by number 44, Jeff Paulson, who kind of the heart and soul of this Riverhawk defense at middle linebacker. So now Onalaska did get the first down on the run, though. Good effort by Larson.
Yeah, that's a really nice play. Put his head down, knew he was going to get hit.
Leadership.
You bet. Got just enough for the first down.
So it'll be first down on their own 39-yard line. It looks like we're up and running now. We apologize for the technical issues for this evening. And swing pass out to Nicky Odom. And cuts back inside. What moves by Odom just to even get a yard that time. And we got a flag on the play. They might call either a hold or a block in the back here on Adam Skifton. Yep. A block in the back that time. Onalaska's had some problems with penalties here in this first half, Coach.
Yeah, that play right there, that's tough for a wide receiver when you throw that little swing pass that, you got the other one out there isolated, and sometimes you don't always have the best angle to make that block, and I think that one, that's he got caught that time.
Well, trips right now. First down and 24 for the Hilltoppers. At the 20-yard line. And Larson's got a seam route open that time. And going to be a touchdown to Michael Skemp. 80 yards to the end zone. And what a throw that time by Aiden Larson. What a nice play design. No safety over the top, Coach. Just one-on-one, and it's make or break, and Onalaska breaks it to the house.
Yeah, I think they caught Central confused there. Skemp had no one over the top of him. He was more in a slot, and it looked like Central didn't have him covered up. And like you said, the free safety was not over the top. Nice throw by Larson, hit him right in stride, and big score to get back in the game here.
Onalaska now will have Ben Foss come out and try the extra point. And that one is good. So the Hilltoppers get on the board and answer Central. 22-14, 3:20 left here in the second quarter. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Maurice Volkswagen Lacrosse is committed to enhancing both your buying and ownership experience. Your place where happiness matters in the Cooley region.
Our 2021 Volkswagen inventory includes the economical Jetta, the reliable Passat, the very popular Tiguan, the family-friendly Atlas, and the red-hot Atlas Crossport.
On top of Maurice Buy Happy Promises, your new Volkswagen comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, a 5-year no-cost car net, and a 2-year no-cost maintenance.
Visit us at Maurice Volkswagen Lacrosse.
All right, and back to action here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. 22-14 in favor of the Central Riverhawks. Onalaska just answering on an 80-yard touchdown throw from Aiden Larson to Michael Skemp. Beautiful play, Coach.
You know, coming into the game, it on paper looked like it was potentially set up to be a shootout, and I think that's what we're kind of starting to see here. Central put up 40 plus twice. their first 2 games. Onalaska just put 37 on the board against Holman last game. So I think we probably got more points to come. Onside kick. And it worked.
Picked up by the Hilltoppers, and a great play call at the perfect time. It went 10 yards. So Onalaska will get the ball back here with 3:17 left here in the second quarter. That's a big call right there, Coach. And, man, maybe a momentum shift here for the Hilltoppers.
You know, it's one of the things that Coach Olson talked about from Central when I talked to him this afternoon. He said Onalaska's so good on special teams, and they always have a trick play or two. Coach Yashinsky always comes up with something, and there it worked very, very well. Brady Kuhn on the recovery.
I always notice how clean that dry erase board is for the coach's show. He makes sure he doesn't leave anything for you to think about. You ever notice that when you watch those? Very clean.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Timeout Central. We're going to keep it here. We're going to talk about Howie's. What do they got going on, man? Sauce of the month, the garlic Parmesan buffalo, garlic butter, hot sauce, dill, cayenne, of course, Parmesan cheese. You can get the burger of the month, the Buff Bomb, banana peppers, provolone cheese, Howie's homemade blue cheese dressing, bacon, and that garlic Parmesan buffalo sauce. Man, it's a mouthful, but, man, that sounds pretty damn good, Coach.
Absolutely. Guy my size looks like he should probably go have one of those.
Over at Howie's, your hometown hangout in downtown La Crosse. And, that going back now, the onside kick big here for the Hilltoppers to see if they can get going. Central really, if you kind of look at offensively, maybe 1 3 and out that I've seen as we were trying to figure out some of the things going on here with some of our equipment. Just what the doctor ordered for Onalaska to get a quick possession here.
Yeah, and they got 3 minutes, 17 seconds left to try to get a score before the half. And, at one point there it looked like Central was maybe going to perhaps run away a little bit. Onalaska's done a nice job answering.
And a low throw, but a nice catch that time coming back for the ball was Matty Burnett. And he'll get about 4 yards, 5 yards. Looks like 4. Onalaska now at Central's 45-yard line. Be 2nd and 7, actually, a 3-yard gain here for the Hilltoppers. Larson inside handoff, and Gillis with a nice burst through that hole there, and it'll be first down Hilltoppers. Hunter Hess on the tackle for Central.
That's one of the few runs that Onalaska's been successful with. Prior to that carry, Gillis had actually been dropped for a loss on half of his carries.
Yeah, Central's done a good job up front. They have some big guys, especially at D-tackle. Here's Larson on a quarterback rollout. And a pitch to Gillis. Nice pitch out that time. A little option out of that RPO. And about a gain of 8 yards for Onalaska as they march down the field. 2:14 remaining here in this first half.
A little bit of an adjustment there perhaps by Coach Yashinsky with, trying to run the ball out to the perimeter instead of trying to go up the middle, which they've tried to do a lot of thus far.
From Central's 26-yard line, inside handoff to Gillis, and he's going to get stopped possibly for a loss, Coach.
Yeah, he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's the play they've struggled with thus far. Central's, I think they're running some inside twists and some linebacker blitzes, run blitzes, and really trying to take away those interior runs.
If you're just joining us on the Cooley Region Sports Network, Scotty Grand, Coach Shane Schmaling here with the call. We apologize for some of the technical issues, but we are up and running now. 22-14 in favor of Central. Onalaska has possession and driving, and a first down for the Hilltoppers. Aiden Larson with another nice carry. And, man, last week he was just the workhorse for this team. I don't know. I mean, he had 30 carries last week, Coach, and that's probably the most that he's seen in his career to this point.
Yeah, I actually asked Coach Yashinsky when the last time he had an Onalaska quarterback carry the ball 30-plus times, and he couldn't recall it happened. And I sent a message to Larson's dad telling him he better have an ice bath ready for him when he got home that night.
Larson now over the top to Burnett, and a nice throw. Burnett couldn't break away off of coverage.
Good coverage by the D-back there. He used the sideline to his advantage and kind of held inside leverage and forced it wide.
Yeah, speed-wise, I don't know if there's really an edge for either team. Both these teams can fly around the field pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty dynamic, both of them.
It's more of a scheme, outwitting the other coach. And what do we got here, a timeout? Yep, Central's going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
(22-14) in favor of the Central Riverhawks, but Onalaska coach knocking on the door here. Almost in the red zone.
Yeah, 59 seconds left here. One advantage Onalaska has is they've got a very, very good kicker in Ben Foss. So, they're probably in his range. I was watching him before the game, and he was knocking them through from 50.
With ease, too.
Yes.
Trips left. And looked like they were going to fake it to Nicky Odom, and they did. It was a design quarterback draw for Larson. Only going to get about a yard, if even that. Good defensive play that time by Central, and number 12 on the tackle, Tyler Young. 40 seconds left now in the first half. Onalaska getting to the line here. Be a big boost to get this one into the end zone if they can before halftime. Larson now looking for a wide receiver, and he gets it outside to Nicky Odom, and what a good job
Nice
by Nicky
throw.
to get out of bounds, too. Great throw by Larson. Better smarts by Odom. Saves some time on the clock. Onalaska now in the red zone with 22 seconds left here in the first half. Let's see if they can get it in here, Coach.
That's a big play. 3rd and 11, getting just enough for the first down and getting the clock stopped.
Good protection, too, that time for Larson. Larson rolling out, and a little too long that time for Adam Skifton. 19 seconds left here in the first half. 22-14 in favor of the Central Riverhawks. A lot of offense so far in this first half. It looked like Central, early in this one, they were up 14-0. Looked like they were going to run away with it, but Onalaska's come back to make a game of it here.
Yeah, 14-0, 22-7. Onalaska's knocking on the door here. 3 timeouts left, so they can run about anything here yet.
And here's Larson now. Larson looking. Nice pass. It's off the fingertips and almost intercepted as Michael Skemp, who usually pretty sure-handed that time, just had it come off his hands. Was almost picked off out there by Central.
Yeah, hit his hands and then kind of hung in the air. You could hear the gasp out of the crowd because it looked like it might get picked off.
Yeah, Jackson Warren was waiting right there for it. 14 seconds left. Onalaska driving now at the 11-yard line of the Riverhawks. Inside, nice pass. Skemp trying to get in. Leans over. That's a touchdown.
Oh, what a nice play by Skemp.
He got the ball extended over the pylon. And again, the length of wide receivers. We talked about it. Skemp 6'5", 200 pounds that time. The length gets him over the pylon, and that's a big touchdown, Coach, for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I caught the ball at about the 3 or 4 yard line, and Central had him wrapped up right away, but big, strong wide receiver was able to, as you said, extend and just get in. 7 seconds left in the half. Really nice drive by Onalaska. Going for 2 here to try to tie it.
Coach called it out here. And timeout going to be called here by Aiden Larson. We'll keep it right here. Quite the momentum shift here in the last 6 minutes for the Hilltoppers as they got their first score and then immediately got down and scored again and answered on Central's next touchdown. Then the onside kick and just driving down the field. And you got to give credit where credit's due. Michael Skemp that time just used his body to help his team get into the end zone, Coach. That was a tremendous play by Skemp.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup, and one of the things I noticed last week in the Holman game that impressed me was every time he caught the ball, he caught it with his hands. The ball never got to his body. Great hands catcher, and then he's so big and powerful that some of these smaller D-backs have a hard time wrapping him up.
And we'll have your Interstate Wealth LLC halftime show here at the end of this quarter, and we'll see if we can find some scores and dig up some things around the Cooley region. maybe we'll talk a little bit about some girls basketball, Coach. What do you say about that?
Absolutely. Would love to.
And we'll get back to action here. Onalaska again setting up for a 2-point conversion to see if they can tie this game up before the half. Momentum has shifted. What a first half of action here at Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. And a penalty on the play, and Larson gets in, but there is a flag on the field. And another flag after the play. See what the call is.
Generally in the area where you would think holding, but it almost looks like they're
legal block in the back on Central. Onalaska, excuse me. So either way, Coach, that's kind of what you figure in the trenches there in a play like that, either a hold or possibly a block in the back. Now, interesting decision. Do you go for 2 or do you bring out Foss and see if we can just go for 1 here at the half? And Onalaska looks like they're going to keep Aiden Larson out there in the offense.
Yeah, they got a little more space now. No, they're going to have to give Larson time. A little more room to work with from the 13 versus the 3.
Larson back to pass. Nice back shoulder throw, and that's going to be interference. That was a very well-placed football that time for Michael Skemp. And that's got to be, you would think, in the realm of pass interference on Central.
And again, as strong and big as Michael is out there, nice throw, back shoulder, and that's a tough position for a D-back in one-on-one coverage.
We got another timeout here, I believe. And we will take 30 seconds as well. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
I was really excited when I was able to get my master plumbers 10 years ago to be a third-generation master plumber in Wisconsin. Grandpa always wanted us to be complete plumbers. We don't specialize in one thing or the other. We can install your septic system one day, repair toilets the next day, plumbing residential homes, commercial buildings.
Well, Mom, what do you think? We've been in business for 50 years now.
And if we want to continue that 50 years, you better get yourself out the door and get to work.
(22-20), and Onalaska now lining up to see if they can tie this up here with the 2-point conversion at the half. Scotty Grand and Coach Shane Schmaling here. And we'll see if the Hilltoppers can punch it in for 2 points. Larson now rolling right. Nice block by Pika. And dropped in the end zone that time. And that was Maddie Burnett, and Nikki Odom, too, was wide open in the back of the end zone, Coach. I think if Larson looks back on that play, he'll see that next time.
Yeah, you put it right on the money there, right on the spot. Onalaska's kind of uncharacteristically here had a couple drops from their wide receivers.
About 3 from what I've seen in this quarter alone, which is very uncommon, like you said, Coach. And their offense is predicated on rhythm. And when you have those drops, the confidence wanes on the receivers. The rhythm kind of gets a little stale for the Hilltoppers. And Coach Yashinsky, he wants to just go, go, go. So to your point, very important that they get that cleaned up maybe by half here. Good second quarter of action here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Again, we got your Interstate Wealth LLC halftime show coming up, and there is a couple scores out there that I can see. We know Aquinas won yesterday.
Yeah, they've been impressive thus
Yeah,
far.
Jackson Flotmeyer is the real deal. That kid is something else. And squib kick here, and going to be taken by Central. And breaking to the outside that time, but going to be stopped. Good pursuit on the play. Dylan Effelson that time, the junior. And 1 second left for the Riverhawks, and you would think that they'll just be conservative and let this go to the half, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably try to get Herlitsky out in some space here,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
you know, as good as he is, let him try to make a play.
Yeah, Onalaska's going to probably play a prevent defense would be my guess here. Looks like they're dropping 4 back into coverage at around Central's 40-yard line. Central looks like, yeah, they're going to go trips left here. And Herlitsky going to take a quarterback draw. He's got a seam up the middle, and he's got room to run. Herlitsky breaking tackles and throws it back to the other side, and it is a fumble. It's going to be recovered by Central, but Onalaska making the stop. Now, is that the pass wasn't forward, so it shouldn't be a penalty on an illegal forward pass.
I think that might be what they're calling, though.
Yeah. Yep, it is. Yep. It looked like it was on the side of his body, but nonetheless, that's going to end the half here with the score at halftime. Central 22, Onalaska 20. We'll be back with your Interstate Wealth LLC halftime show here in just a moment. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs.
Imagine if you could feel better and live healthier without drugs or surgery. What if we told you that at Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we can help you turn that thought into a reality for you and your family with safe, gentle, and effective chiropractic care? At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we focus on treating the whole person at one of our multiple locations, located in Southwest Wisconsin. We are a team of family-oriented chiropractors who offer our patients quality care as it relates to nutrition and weight loss, exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle. From newborns to seniors and everyone in between, all of our patients can experience the benefits of chiropractic care. Whether you're visiting us because you want to feel better, get out of pain, or even lose weight, we want you to know that you've come to the right place on your journey to wellness. Through tailored and specific care plans, we'll create the best treatment for your unique needs. And we don't stop there. We'll listen to your concerns and make you a partner in your care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we don't just get you well, we'll help you stay well too. Discover the Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center's difference.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
With the oak and the eagle as witness, consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call State Farm agent Kurt Paff in Onalaska at 608-783-1130.
one of our biggest furniture events of the year, the Labor Day sale at Slumberland. Take an additional 25% off our already low prices. We have an incredible assortment of everything for your home, from sleep to sectionals to decor.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland.
Cooley Golf Bowl is the #1 recreation facility in Onalaska, but it's also a perfect place to watch the big game or stop in after a hard day's work to unwind with great food and drinks. Cooley Golf Bowl has you covered with an extensive menu, including great choices from apps to entrees and mouth-watering daily specials like burgers, tacos, prime rib, tenderloin tips, shrimp, fish, and roasted chicken are just a few of the daily specials. Cooley Golf Bowl Sports Bar and Grill. Visit them online at CooleyGB.com and sign up for their e-club to get special offers and promotions.
Life is full of transitions. You may be transitioning from the education system to the workforce. You may be moving from a single life to a life filled with family. But there may be no bigger transition for us than that of moving out of the workforce and into retirement. Brent Peterson at Interstate Wealth has been helping those in the Cooley region and surrounding communities successfully make that transition since 2006. Brent's mission is to provide sound, professional advice in a manner that eliminates confusion, provides clarity, and promotes fellowship. Being an independent financial advisor, Brent has the flexibility and the freedom to design a plan that truly fits your best interests, thus fulfilling his fiduciary responsibilities. Whether you need investment advice, portfolio management help, life insurance needs, or have Social Security questions, give Brent a call at 608-790-9925. Interstate Wealth, your road to success starts here. Investment advisory services offered by Virtue Capital Management, LLC, VCM. VCM is a registered investment advisor. VCM and Interstate Wealth, LLC are independent of each other. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance services. It's time for the Interstate Wealth LLC Halftime Show. Your road to success starts here with Interstate Wealth LLC. Now, back to the broadcast booth with Rick and Scotty.
And the score at the half here at Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. Central 22, Onalaska 20. We got some stats, don't we, Coach? What do we got?
Okay, both teams ran 27 plays, so equal number of plays each. Onalaska's got 201 yards of total offense. Central's got 297. Onalaska's 147 passing, only 54 rushing. Central's got 188 yards rushing. They've probably kind of dominated the rushing game. Individual stats, Aiden Larson is 6 out of 11 for 147 yards and 3 scores. Throwing the ball for Onalaska. Gillis, 10 for 33, carrying it. Skemp, 2 for 93 on receptions and 2 scores. And Nicky Odom, 3 for 51 yards and a score. For Central, the Herlitsky show. 3 out of 5 has only thrown the ball 5 times, but been effective, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then where he's really made a difference, in my opinion, he's carried the ball 10 times for 101 yards. And 1 score, and Shepard's got 48 yards on the ground as well. So Herlitsky's accounted for 210 yards of offense in the first half.
Yeah, and Herlitsky is something else. He's kind of the engine that runs that. Want to thank Mike Root again for bringing the stats up. Mike, appreciate it. We do have some scores in the area, Coach. I'm going to see if I can dig them up here. I just had them up, and I'm going to get those back here in just a moment. But while we're waiting to get those back up, got to give Onalaska credit for how they came back, though, in that second quarter. That momentum shifted, especially after the 6-minute mark. It just seemed like the Hilltoppers finally got their footing underneath them and started to feel comfortable. Of course, that onside kick was huge at the end of the half to get the ball back for them.
Yeah, early on it looked like Central was maybe going to run away. 14-0, 22-7. Again, I'm going to give Coach Yashinsky some credit. It looked like early on their game plan was to try to run the ball up the middle with Gillis and not a lot of success. He had 10 carries for 32 yards in the first half, but they made an adjustment, started getting on the perimeter more and started throwing the ball more. Larson's a nice player, and they started, putting the ball in his hands more, and he responded. So we got a great game here. A missed 2-point conversion by Onalaska at the end there. We'd be tied at the half. Again, we said early on it looked like it could be a shootout on paper, and so far that's what it's looking like.
All right, some scores around the area that we'll bring up here. And the first one I want to look at is Logan and West Salem. West Salem up only 14-7 at the half. I actually thought West Salem might run away with that one tonight. Logan has kind of struggled the last couple weeks. Sparta over Toma 29-7 at the half right now. Let's see what else we got going on here. Westby over Arcadia 14-8. And then Bangor over Necedah 21-14 in the Battle of the Cardinals over in the Scenic Bluff Conference. Let's see. River Falls is up on Holman 22-0 in the second quarter. And then the final from yesterday, we kind of alluded to it. Aquinas dominated Black River Falls yesterday 58-9. Well, we're going to take another break. We'll come back and maybe we'll talk some girls basketball for a minute. What do you say, Coach?
That sounds great.
All right. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Life is full of transitions. You may be transitioning from the education system to the workforce. You may be moving from a single life to a life filled with family. But there may be no bigger transition for us than that of moving out of the workforce and into retirement. Brent Peterson at Interstate Wealth has been helping those in the Cooley region and surrounding communities successfully make that transition since 2006. Brent's mission is to provide sound, professional advice in a manner that eliminates confusion, provides clarity, and promotes fellowship. Being an independent financial advisor, Brent has the flexibility and the freedom to design a plan that truly fits your best interests, thus fulfilling his fiduciary responsibilities. Whether you need investment advice, portfolio management help, life insurance needs, or have Social Security questions, give Brent a call at 608-790-9925. Interstate Wealth, your road to success starts here. Investment advisory services offered by Virtue Capital Management, LLC, VCM. VCM is a registered investment advisor. VCM and Interstate Wealth, LLC are independent of each other. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance services.
Every time I go to Angelini's Pizzeria and Restaurante in Onalaska, I have a problem deciding on which menu items to order because they're all so amazing. I mean, how does one choose between Chicago stuffed pizza with that tangy tomato sauce and luscious cheese, or a deep dish pan pizza packed with flavor, or Angelini's thin crust pizza with that magical crunch, lasagna, risotto di pesce, lobster linguine, calamari? Man, this is tough. Hey, at least I know I'll finish the meal with cannolis. Angelini's Pizzeria and Restaurante on Highway 35 in Onalaska. You're invited to taste the difference.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees, free online and mobile banking, plus cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Whether you need homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, or commercial insurance, we work with a variety of companies. That ensures you get the protection you need. At Noble Insurance, we're committed to creating a partnership so that as your needs change, your coverage keeps pace. Call Noble Insurance Service and let's create a plan personalized just for you and your needs. Fall and winter are fast approaching, and CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal suggests you leave that fall cleanup and snow removal to them. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal can provide all the services you need to make your neighbors green with lawn envy. Mowing, trimming, edging, landscaping, gutter cleaning, and they even work with Grace's pet waste removal to be your complete lawn cleanup solution. Go to CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal on Facebook to get a free quote for your fall cleanup and snow removal needs, or give them a call at 608-792-2874. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal, a cut above the rest.
Scotty Grant and Coach Shane Schmaling from Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. And at the half, your score 22-20 in favor of the Hilltoppers, Coach. And Good first half, but let's talk about your realm of the woods. And you got some girls basketball coming up. Talk about the girls a little bit and what you're seeing so far and what I guess our fans should expect from the Lady Hilltoppers this season.
Well, I'm excited to get going. We're about 2 months out, but we'll be a different team this year. I've had the privilege of having Molly Garrity and Olivia Gamoki on the team for the 4 years I've been the coach here, and they both did a lot of great things for us over the years. So we're going to have to find some people that can, fill some of the roles, do some of the things they did. But I feel like we're going to be a little bit better than most people think. I'm excited about the potential. We had 6-7 kids that played meaningful minutes last year on our state tournament team that are back. Looking for some good production out of a couple sophomores, Anna Skemp and Sydney Philbach for sure. Ava Breidenbach, who missed last year with an injury, she's going to be a junior. I'm looking for her to step up. And then seniors, Ashley Fenn and Emma Breidenbach and Ava Smith, all three I'm expecting to be in a bigger role.
Ava Smith played some really good minutes last year, I felt, especially down the block. I thought she did a really good job coming in and helping out. So, you got some talent coming back. And, I like you said, people are going to think, well, you're not going to have some of the horses, but that's what high school sports is. People step up, they take those roles, and and you develop them. That's what you do.
Yeah, and that's like you said, that's the neat part about high school sports. Some of these kids perhaps have just needed an opportunity to be in bigger roles. We've had some good players here the last few years that have filled those roles, but I'm pretty confident we've got some kids that are ready to step up and become those kinds of players. So I'm looking forward to it. They're a great group of kids. They put a lot of time in this summer working on their game to get better, and just should be fun.
Yeah, and it looks like we're probably going to get started here shortly, Coach. But, keys to the second half for the Hilltoppers, I thought, they definitely changed the momentum in the second quarter. Central was really controlling, especially that first quarter, the tempo of the game. And all those athletes that the Riverhawks have, Central just came firing back with their offensive firepower. Onalaska did in the second half. So, to the credit of the Hilltoppers, Coach Yashinsky and his staff, he didn't let the kids get down. They came back and they fought hard, and they're making this game pretty close here. And I think we're going to have one heck of a second half.
Yeah, they did a really good job persevering, and you hear that word used a lot in athletics. Things could have easily went south, and they bounced back and responded, and they made some adjustments, getting more to the perimeter, throwing the ball a little bit more. So I think you'll see a little bit more of that in the second half. And defensively, I think they may have to commit another person to Hurlitsky running the ball, which you do that, and now perhaps that opens up a little bit more with the passing game for Central. But this kind of has the making of one of those games where whoever has the ball last may win. So we'll see if it pans out that way. But
well, it looks like they reset the clock, actually. So they added more time back for a half. So I think we're going to take a quick break, Coach, since we got to get some spots in here. We'll come back with second half action. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
We are always working for a sustainable tomorrow. That's our promise. A promise doesn't change when things get tough. These are unprecedented times, and that promise of who we are and what we stand for can be seen on the faces of our 45,000 teammates. We could not be prouder of them as they continue to be there for our customers, for our communities, and for each other, today and tomorrow.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees, free online and mobile banking, plus cashback debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
One of our biggest furniture events of the year, the Labor Day sale at Slumberland. Take an additional 25% off our already low prices. We have an incredible assortment of everything for your home, from sleep to sectionals to decor.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland.
22-20 as Jeff Ross on camera, always doing a good job getting a shot over at the Bluffs over there of their American flag as we start second half action here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Scotty Grand and Shane Schmaling here from Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. And we'll get started here, which should be a very entertaining second half, Coach.
Yeah, Onalaska's got a chance to take control of the game here a little bit, getting the ball first. We'll see if they kick to Odom. Onalaska just shifted him into a middle position, and he does have the ball.
I don't think they saw him, and there's Odom, and he's got a seam, and you know what he can do with it. He breaks it, and he's going to get a good return down to the 49-yard line of the Hilltoppers. So great starting field position here for Onalaska, Coach, to open up this second half drive.
Yeah, nice job there. They actually flipped Odom and Skemp around right before the kickoff because Central's been kicking the ball a little bit shorter to that middleman, and they put Odom in that spot, and nice return almost out to midfield.
Onalaska now will try to continue on that momentum that they gained in the second quarter. Larson and blitz coming down the middle. Good protection here for Larson. Throw to the outside, a little long for Skemp. Good coverage out there by Central. And Mason Elston out there on Skemp.
Yeah, great coverage. He actually rolled out away from the blitz, so I thought there might be a possibility that they can make a play with him having a little time. But
good protection by the Hilltoppers that time, Coach. Pika does a great job from that H-back spot, picking up that outside rush.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
And Larson now, inside handoff to Gillis, and Gillis with a nice hole, and he's going to get about 5. Down to Central's 45-yard line here. Be 3rd down and 4 for the Hilltoppers. Just starting the second half of action here. And Onalaska with a tight right formation, 2 wide receivers left. Nicky Odom in motion, and they'll get him the ball on a sweep to the outside, and he does. Good block that time by Gillis. Odom now springing it out, and a great run that time for Nicky Odom as he gets knocked out at the Central 26-yard line that time. About 11-yard gain, Coach. Good play design that time.
Yeah, he's dynamic in space and has some acceleration, and you give him just a little bit of seam, and he can squirt through there. He actually came really close to breaking that.
Yeah, great block by Gillis, too, on the outside, picking up, I believe it was Elston out there on the corner spot. Yeah, Nicky's definitely he's a whirling dervish. And a great play design that time. Button hook route right on the inside to Nicky Odom. And that's going to be another first down, an 11-yard gain again here for the Hilltoppers.
Boy, that's tough coverage there for the D-back. You've got Odom one-on-one, knowing the speed he has. You got to give him some room, and he ran a really nice route right there. Planted his foot, cut outside, ball was delivered on time.
Onalaska likes to run that rollout button hook play, and I like it because it's a rhythm play. It gets them going. And now they're in the red zone, 15-yard line, 10:49 left here in the third quarter. Just getting going here. Inside give to Gillis, and a great play that time. Inside by number 77, Marquise Cagle that time.
He's been almost unblockable at times on those types of plays.
6'3", 265. I mean, he's a big guy. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Hilltoppers. And a nice quarterback keeper by Larson. Fooled the entire defense, Coach. A great play design as he gets down to the 5-yard line. Everybody focused on Nicky Odom. And that's what happens when you have a weapon like number 1 out there.
Yeah, he certainly drew some attention. And, like you called, great play design there. Larson, he can get the running game going similar to what he did last week, and they're really going to be tough to stop here.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line here for the Hilltoppers, who have really turned this game around in the last couple quarters. And neutral zone infraction here on Central, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. Thank a couple of our sponsors, the Crow Burgers, Bourbon, Beer, Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Waste Management, always working for a sustainable tomorrow. Angelina's Pizzeria and Restaurante, you're invited to taste the difference. Coach, my wife and I went there last night. Fantastic dinner at Angelini's.
Tony take care of you there?
Yeah, he sure did. Actually, Kelly did. Tony was getting Gino. And here comes Larson on the quarterback bootleg. Nice design, but good defense by Central. They had that read well.
Yeah, for a second there, it looked like he might be able to continue outside and get to the corner, but the D-back did a great job leveraging. And
yeah, good job by Quinn Service that time coming over. Didn't really overcommit on that play. D-backs don't like the tackle, but Service that time did a good job making a tough play on Larson. Be 2nd and goal on the 2 and another penalty flag. It's going to be false start here on the Hilltoppers. So that'll push them back a little bit here. That might not be to Central's benefit, though. Onalaska works a little bit better in space, in my opinion.
yeah, I agree with you. They've had a little bit of difficulty down here, close with some penalties that have backed them up, but I agree with you. Sometimes that's not the worst thing.
So 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line here for the Hilltoppers.
Looks like they have Scamp one-on-one on the top left if they want
And
it.
another penalty here.
Just got it back.
Offsides, neutral zone infraction. Second and goal now at the 3. As we go backwards and forwards. Forwards and backwards. Larson, back shoulder throw to the end zone, and there's that height.
Yep.
Michael Skemp at 6'5", 200 pounds, reaches up and high points that one, Coach. And what great ball placement by Aiden Larson on that throw. That was a great play.
Yeah, he had single coverage before the penalty, and they came back out, and it was a little bit tighter formation, but it looked like it was still single coverage, and just a size advantage there for Skemp. Just went up and got the ball. Great pass, put it in a spot where only he could get it. Nice job by Larson and Skemp. That's their 3rd time they've connected for touchdowns tonight.
And Foss comes out for the extra point. And that should be right down Broadway. And it is. You could say right down Construction Alley, but we won't talk about that. 27-22 in favor of Onalaska. They come out the 3rd quarter here scoring. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Do you feel the need to be free? Totally free checking, that is. Cooley Bank can satisfy that need. His free, her free, your free. Free means something different to everyone. Totally free means Cooley Bank has you covered. Free debit card, free online banking, free bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements, free interest checking, and a free gift when you open your account. Do you feel the need to be free? Totally free? Go to any Cooley Bank branch or CooleyBank.net for more information. Cooley Bank, member FDIC.
So the Hilltoppers come out in the first half and keep that momentum rolling that they got at the end of the 2nd quarter and score on a beautiful 3-yard touchdown pass to Michael Skemp from Aiden Larson. It's now 27-22 in favor of Onalaska, Coach, as they kick off to Central. And a nice pooch kick here. That's going to go out of bounds. Yes, so going to be good field position here for the Riverhawks as they'll start up near the 40.
Yeah, the ball kind of hung on the sideline there for a minute. It didn't look like maybe
it's almost like that they've been practicing that to see if maybe they could get a live ball out of it. Coach Yashinsky, he's definitely got a bag of tricks whenever he comes to the field. There's no question about it.
Looks like they're going to have him re-kick, so Central must be confident they can get a good return here.
Holman's just scored. We got a score update from Rick Frankie, and I want to thank Rick for all of his help this evening. 22-7 now as the Riverhawks were up 22-0. I'm losing it today. River Falls was up 22-0 earlier at the half. River Falls is a good football team. That is going to be one heck of a matchup when they come to Onalaska this year.
Yeah, both coaches felt like they were probably the team to beat in the conference, and both felt more than likely maybe somebody could knock them off, but highly doubtful that two teams would. So that's what makes this game so critical, especially for Central, because if Central would happen to get beat here, that would give them 2 losses in the conference.
Right. And they'll just kick that down the field now. And here comes Central with it. To the outside. Service. And a nice tackle that time by Cy Smith, coming up and just blasting Service to the ground. And a penalty marker's down. Probably some extracurriculars there. We'll see who it's on.
Yeah, there may have been a little extra
maybe on
celebrating.
The coach. Is it on the coach possibly? Or it looks like it might be against Onalaska here. I think they're asking Mitch Olson what he'd like to do. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, there was a little excitement after that big hit.
Yeah, you got to hold that back sometimes, Coach, especially you get the lead, you got the momentum, and now you give Central good field position here with a very, very dangerous athletic lineup, as we saw in the first half, and very potent. They can make plays with just a snap of the finger, it seems like sometimes. Onalaska, though, looks like they've settled down.
Yeah, I would agree. They're being a little bit more patient with some of what they're doing, and again, I still think it comes back to their Central it appears to me is overcommitting a little bit to try to stop the middle run, and Onalaska is getting outside that and making some plays.
Well, trying to figure out here where the ball's going to be after the communication here. Salem is up 21-7 now. That's going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, West Salem's definitely going to be a team that's going to be in the hunt for that conference.
Yeah, Logan's had some struggles offensively this year. There's no question their defense is solid, but it's getting into the end zone that's been a problem for the Rangers so far this season. West Salem, of course, who would have thought 10-0 they beat Central last week? That was a shocker to me. That defense is for real.
Yeah, Coach Olson had nothing but praise for West Salem, and again, he felt like his team didn't play that poorly. He just gave a lot of credit to West Salem's defense and said they were real physical and, forced 5 turnovers from Central, so hard to overcome 5 turnovers.
Yeah, kind of a tight one tonight here for the Bangor Cardinals, ranked 2 in Division 6. They're only up 6 on the Cedar right now, 28-22. Inside give, and Shepard on the inside that time. Good tackle by the Hilltoppers. I believe it was Stir. 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 for the Riverhawks here. 7:40 left in the third quarter. Onalaska up 27-22. And Herlitzky now out of that RPO. Got to watch that backside give. And up the middle that time to Shepard again. Good play recognition that time by Levi Bolstead, making a good play on the ball.
Well, sometimes they'll run those dives and just try to set something up for something on the perimeter, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that here soon.
That'll be a first down here for Central, though. Motion, inside, outside, option play. And the pitch is going to go out to Warren, and Warren getting a good gain, about 11 yards on that play. And this is kind of what the first quarter looked like for Central, Coach, with how they came out. A lot of motion, a lot of deception, kind of going back to how they started this game off with.
Yeah, they've been real effective with the run here on this drive. Baited them a couple times with some dives up the middle, and then they ran a pitch outside, got out into space there. And he's got some speed. Warren's definitely fast.
Trips left, motion. Trying to get to see what Onalaska's doing defensively, if they're going to send a blitz or not. Mitch Olson running in the plays to Herlitzky. Herlitzky just being patient now. Back to pass, Herlitzky looking for a receiver. Nice in and out route that time, and
I'm going to call a catch.
Yep, it was a catch and a fumble, I believe. As he had it, and he did have possession, and he just lost the ball off his leg that time. Yeah, Quinn Service, it doesn't really happen to him very often. He was probably thinking end zone and just lost control of the football.
Yeah, looked like he had a chance there for a second to maybe get there.
He had field to work with that time. He just lost concentration of the ball.
Right on the money by Herlitzky again.
Yeah,
beautiful pass.
When he has protection, he's sharp. Inside give now to Shepard. Nice play on the inside, and coming in first that time for the Hilltoppers was Sam Pika. And he got some help from Bolstead and also I think Jonathan Nickram too.
Yep. I think Stewart might have been in on that as well.
Yeah, there was 4 Hilltoppers on that play. Second and 10 now. The ball on the 10-yard line for the Riverhawks. In the red zone. And here's Herlitzky. He's got all day that time. Wide open middle of the field, and Central answers with a score of their own. Nobody was there for that quarterback draw, Coach.
Yeah, they faked the sweep handoff, and Onalaska kind of jumped outside, and Herlitzky tucked it and went untouched into the end zone from 10 yards out. He's now accounted for all the touchdowns himself, either passing or running.
Yeah, he's the engine that runs the show. We've talked about it. Probably has the ball at least 70% of the time, if not more. And Herlitzky back to throw, middle of the field, and it's an incomplete pass for the 2-point conversion attempt. Good defense by the Hilltoppers, but Central goes back on top. Back and forth we go. The Riverhawks up 28-27. 5:33 left here in the third quarter. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
Maurice Volkswagen La Crosse is committed to enhancing both your buying and ownership experience. Your place where happiness matters in the Cooley region.
A 2021 Volkswagen inventory includes the economical Jetta, the reliable Passat, the very popular Tiguan, the family-friendly Atlas, and the red-hot Atlas Cross Sport.
On top of Maury's Buy Happy Promises, your new Volkswagen comes with a 4-year 50,000-mile warranty, a 5-year no-cost car net, and a 2-year no-cost maintenance.
Visit us at Maury's Volkswagen La Crosse.
Well, hold on to your popcorn if you can. This is going to be, I think, a pretty high-scoring second half, Coach.
Yeah, both teams have had the ball once and went right down the field and scored touchdowns. So, it may end up being whichever defense can get one stop here in the second half might be the difference.
Herlitzky with a 10-yard touchdown run to put the Riverhawks back up by 1, 28-27. And Onalaska has really gained momentum since the second quarter. That's Central's first knock on the door in quite some time. And a short kick. Going to go to Skemp, and Skemp going to try to get it to the outside. He's got a seam. Skemp breaking tackles. Back inside, and good pursuit by Central, but a nice return and good field position again for the Hilltoppers as they'll start at the 35-yard line here.
It was one of Coach Yashinsky's concerns coming into the game with playing on turf. I asked him, what kind of difference it makes, and he said really it's special teams with some of the kickoffs and punts that can take kind of funny bounces versus playing on a grass field, and that was an effective kick right there, kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Couple score updates. Westby and Arcadia deadlocked at 14 in the third, and Sparta up 29-7 at the half over Toma.
I think it's going to be a long year in Toma this year, but Sparta's another team that you better watch out for.
And here's Odom on the toss sweep. Nice cutback to the outside, and he's got some space and about a 7-yard gain for Nicky Odom. They're going to say, nope, they're going to say first down here. Pretty close to it. Yep, they're going to give him the first down. I thought he went out a little bit before that, but hey, we'll take the mark.
Yeah, Gillis with a nice block downfield to kind of seal the edge and allowed him to get those last 5-6 yards.
Yeah, Gillis has done a good job with that tonight. That's the second time that he's been able to get down the field and help Nicky out, and The one thing you can say about Central, their corners are not very big. So that's something you can take advantage of here. Larson
Odom
outside.
in space.
Yep, here's Nicky. And gets that ball, cuts back inside, and wide receiver screen.
Yeah, they had him outflanked out to that side. 3 receivers. Looked like Central only had two D-backs out on that end.
It'll be 2nd down and 1 here for the Hilltoppers. Ball on Central's 46-yard line. As here we go again, Coach. Offense is the name of the game. Who can stop who? That's the question. As Larson sets up in the shotgun. Fakes the inside give, gives it to Burnett. Burnett breaking a tackle. 1st down, Hilltoppers. Just a quick, efficient play that time by Onalaska.
Yeah, they're playing with a little bit of rhythm now.
Yeah, definitely some comfort.
Ball's getting out of Larson's hands quickly.
Ball moved up to Central's 43-yard line here. 5:01 remaining in the 3rd. Larson now trips left. Gillis in the backfield. Another quick throw. This one's to Odom in space again. Look at the speed. Outside to Nicky Odom and 1st down Onalaska. Man, I tell you, he just plants that foot. And I don't know if the infusion of nitrous is throughout that kid's body, but man, he just cuts on dimes, as Stan would say if he was here, and it's true.
Yeah, it reminds me of in his prime, Stan Evans.
Oh, really? Coach has got to experience Stan the man in live gameplay, huh?
Yeah, I used to play a little softball against Stan, and he could definitely run. I don't want to boost his ego too much, but he was fast.
I could run to it one time, especially if there was food at the first base or maybe down the chalk line, but we won't get into that. Onalaska now knocking on the door. 1st down inside, give that time. I believe that's Nickram that got it.
Central's just done a nice job on those interior runs.
Yeah, Robert Bonner checking in for the first time. I believe that's his first carry of the game. Be only about a gain of 1 that time. Ball placed on Central's 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Onalaska.
So they're doubling Odom this time. Means they got room out here. Nice recognition by Larson there.
And Larson does a good job. You can see how that's set up where he's either going to take the quick, efficient based on the coverage, or he's going to take that corner route that Odom's running to the pylon. And it's a nice little flag route that they run off the backside of that button hook. Everything's to the right, and there's good blocking. 3:47 left now. Onalaska in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 yards here for the Hilltoppers.
6 consecutive completed passes by Larson now. Again, it appears Onalaska's getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, and then there's the flags. Looks like they rushed the play that time, the Hilltoppers did. And it'll be illegal procedure on Onalaska. Yeah, Coach, you've been keeping track of stats, and I think you've probably done a way better job than I did last week, that's for sure. You've been on top of it.
Mr. Rude came over at halftime, and I was pretty close. Not quite as good as his, but...
So now it's 3rd down and 9. Trips left. Odom going to be way out left that time. Central showing blitz. And they're coming. Larson, one-on-one, Maddie Burnett. And a little too long, and great coverage out there by Boston Brinley, the 6-foot junior, on Maddie Burnett. So it's decision time. Do you kick the field goal here? And, you know, you brought something up, Coach, I think you should bring up now. We talked about it before the game with the field goal posts. I think, you know, that's kind of they don't change them out for high school football.
Yeah.
It's a college length.
Right. They do at Carson Park. They'll change them out for high school games. But here at Roger Herring Field, they keep them at the college widths, which is a little bit tighter. Honestly, I guess I don't know exactly how much it is. But here's Foss. He's such a weapon from this aspect of special teams. 43-yard attempt.
And the ball's down. Nice placement, but the kick is blocked by Central. So Central dodges one here. And a great block, and I believe it was Boston Brindley again that got a hand on that.
Like the timing was off a little bit there. A little bit of a slow start.
Was high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was high.
That's a big hold for Central.
Yeah, as it's been going back and forth here. And Onalaska's defense now, let's see if they can get a stop on the Riverhawks, whose offense has been kind of hit and miss the last couple quarters, but that last drive that they scored the touchdown on with Hurlitsky, they were on point. Again, Central runs out of that RPO, so you have to really watch and pay attention to who's got the football. It's a higher speed version of the option, if you want to look at it that way. Man coverage here for Onalaska. And Hurlitsky with it now. Cuts it back inside. Good play design by Central. Going to be about a 7-yard gain for Hurlitsky. Yeah, and you fake that sweep to Jackson Warren and just take it right off right tackle, Coach.
Yeah, nice ball handling there by him. He stuck it in his belly and kind of rode with him for a step or two and made the proper read. Defensive end jumped out, so he cut it upfield.
I think both of these quarterbacks excel at how they place the ball and how deceptive they are with it. Warren in motion, inside give. And Shepard going to get the first down for Central here. So move the chains. 2:35 left here in the third quarter. Ball will be placed here on the Central, 32-yard line. Hurlitsky in the shotgun again. Shepard flanked to his right. Trips left on the other side. Waiting for instruction from the sideline now as Hurlitsky goes back. Warren in motion. And there's Hurlitsky. Pitch to the outside. Nice job by Onalaska's defense that time. Right on top of it. Sam Pika in there.
Yeah, that time Onalaska read it properly. They had contain on the outside. They had someone to take the fake pitch. A lot of cases thus far tonight, Hurlitsky's tucked that and run it, and they had him covered up that time.
Pika and Skifton that time on the tackle. And a gain of 1 for Central. So that time you don't overcommit on the pitch and make a big play. Warren now flanking out to the left. And a fake wide receiver toss out. It's going to go deep this time, and the ball's going to be overthrown. Good coverage out there by Skifton. Jackson Warren was the intended receiver.
Yeah, there was an incidental trip there. I'm glad the official didn't throw a flag because I don't believe it impacted the play.
Well,
so
the ball was not catchable.
Yeah, nice job officiating there.
1:17 left here.
How often do you hear a coach say that? Nice job officiating.
Yeah, I mean,
that might be the first time those words have come out of my mouth.
Glad these broadcasts are archived. They can go back and take a look at it and maybe hear that. They'll appreciate that, Coach. Maybe you'll get something, back during basketball season.
Well, one call might make a difference. You never know.
Hurlitsky now in the shotgun. And inside, and it's going to be a short throw that time.
Got a flag on the play.
Yeah, I wonder what the flag's for, honestly. Cole Lapp was the intended receiver that time.
Must be on Central. They're looking for Onalaska whether they want to accept.
Yep, it's a hold, and it's going to be declined, so it'll be 4th down, and Central will punt.
Well, both defenses stepped up and got a stop here.
Well, Hurlitsky on that play, that looked like, I think, if I'm correct, Lapp was his second read. He was trying to go to Warren, but great coverage out there. I believe it was Cy Smith on the coverage for the Hilltoppers. And Warren will punt for the Riverhawks. And the ever-dangerous Nicky Odom back to receive for the Hilltoppers.
Uh-oh, over his
High
head.
Snap. And here comes Onalaska. Warren trying to get away. Don't go too far. He gets it off somehow. What a good job by Warren. And they touched it. They shouldn't have touched the football. And Central's got it back. That was a very bad mental error that time by the Hilltoppers. You let that ball get away and go out. And now Central's got new life. I believe it was Aiden Sommerfeld that got a hand on that.
Well, that's a big play.
It is.
Took a big loss into retaining possession.
What it looked like to be great field position for the Hilltoppers is now Riverhawk football. 58 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Central's got new life. Tritz left. Herlitzky in the shotgun. Inside give to Shepard. And good run there. About a 6-yard gain. Bolstead and Summerfield with the tackle.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Summerfield there maybe thought that was a pass and he was just trying to jump up and knock it down. Maybe he didn't see him get the kick off.
It's a confusing play, and that's, granted that could happen because everything that was going on. I was surprised that Warren got the punt off, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get tackled way back there. And a fumbled snap, but recovered by Herlitzky, and he's just going to go out of bounds that time. Good job by Herlitzky to get that ball and make something of it there. It looked like it was going to be maybe a little bit of a disaster for Central. As we count down here to the end of the third quarter, 13 seconds left.
Big play right here. Central should have been
3.
off the field already on the the bad snap over the head. This would be big for Onalaska if they can hold them here and get possession back.
3rd down and 3. Herlitzky outside to Warren. That's low. Is that a fumble? Nope, because it is behind the line of scrimmage and not a forward pass. So it'll be 4th down, and Onalaska does get the stop, Coach. And Warren will be back out to punt.
Yeah, credit to Onalaska's defense right there. After that play that, could have changed some momentum. They did a nice job stepping up and forcing a Central punt.
That could be a big stop as we go through this game.
And Coach Yashinsky's maybe expecting a fake here.
Yeah,
he's got no one deep.
Not a bad thought. Almost blocked that time. Warren gets it off. And Onalaska will retreat and let Central down it. As we have reached the end of the third quarter. And Onalaska will get the ball at the 17-yard line. So your score after 3 is 28-27 in favor of the Central Riverhawks. And, man, what an exciting game so far. We'll be back with more action here. We got high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we've been serving the Cooley region for over 35 years, so we know what it takes to meet all your waste and recycling needs. Whether it's picking up the recycling at your local business or taking out the trash at home, we've got you covered. At Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling, we're at your disposal.
Fourth quarter action here at Veteran Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field, as the Central Riverhawks are up by 1, 28-27 on the Onalaska Hilltoppers. And Onalaska will get the football here. Looked like there was a penalty, Coach, after the play, so they're going to get the ball at the 13-yard line to start this off. As Larson in the shotgun and throws it up and hit as he threw it. And almost could have been disastrous for the Hilltoppers, but nobody around for Central that time.
There's Cagle again with some great penetration.
Yeah,
got in Larson's face. Nice job getting rid of the ball. That easily could have been a sack.
Marquise Cagle, 6'3", 265-pound senior. One of the better defensive linemen in the Mississippi Valley Conference. Larson now rolling out, and short that time to Odom, a little behind him as well. Onalaska trying to get some momentum going back here. 3rd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Well, big play for Central's defense here. If they can hold, they should get good field position out of it.
And trips left now. Motion coming on both sides. Actually, they're going to flip-flop positions here. Odom is going to set over on the right, and they'll put Skemp out left. There might be a matchup that Onalaska sees here they want to exploit. Larson back to pass. Looking. Pressure coming. He's sacked in the end zone, I believe. Are they going to say at the
outside.
1? It was very, very close. And a huge play that time by Ethan Shepard on the sack for the Riverhawks. And Onalaska will have to punt, and that was very close, Coach, to being a safety for the Riverhawks.
Yeah, it'll force a short setup here for the punt, which sometimes can lead to trouble. Central kind of took over the line of scrimmage there those last few plays. Great penetration up front. Again, Onalaska's had their offensive line reshuffled a little bit tonight due to an illness, so right there it kind of showed.
Bonner now from the end zone. And a high snap. Almost lost it. Bonner's going to take it. Bonner to the outside, and probably a good decision actually there to just get out with the football. Central's going to have excellent field position, though. That's a dangerous, dangerous play. High snap. Bonner probably couldn't have gotten the punt off that time. Decided to take it.
You know, again, that can happen when you have that short setup due to being just outside the end zone. So a big momentum play there for Central.
Central up by 1 right now, looking to add on to their lead with 10:53 left here in the 4th quarter. Snap inside to Shepard. Shepard and a flag on the play. We'll see what that's for. Shepard would be down at the 2, but what's the penalty?
I wonder if it was a face mask,
Personal
maybe?
foul face mask on the Hilltoppers. So half the distance to the goal. They make this a higher percentage outlook for the Riverhawks. Inside touchdown give to Ethan Shepard, who made the big play on the sack. You might as well give him the ball to punch that into the end zone. And Central widens the gap here a little bit.
Just a classic case of a special teams error that leads to a touchdown. Happens often.
Yeah, but, you know, with Bonner, that the high snap, you know, like you said, I thought he had made a good decision just taking the ball out of the end zone and trying to do something with it as opposed to maybe getting tackled, you know, for a safety and or maybe a fumble in the end zone. Try to pooch punt it. I don't know.
Big 2-point conversion here would make it a 2-possession game if they can get in.
Hurlitsky to Warren, and they do. So 36-27 now. A 9-point lead for Central. Central converts on, Coach, we'll keep it here. Central converts on a very opportunistic play that time. And we're going to see what's going on over at Big Al's. What's going down over there? Well, Thursdays you get that free order of cheesy dippers or Buffalo Ranch dippers with a 16-inch specialty or 2-topping pizza purchase. And, man, they got that happy hour going on, $5 happy hour from 5 to 6, $5 mugs on some domestics, some of your favorites like Spotted Cow, Moon Man, Summer Shanty, $5 pints on craft taps, $5 wines on all wines, and $5 off any 12 or 16-inch pizzas. That's Friday at Big Al's, the downtown original, downtown La Crosse.
Bangor's own Ryan Johnson. They got great pizza there.
They do.
I actually meet my old assistant coach from back in the day at Bangor there for lunch once in a while, and we go for the pizza buffet.
Yeah, their food there is tremendous. And the kick. And a squib this time, going to be picked up, I believe, by Skemp. Skemp going to go to the outside, trying to get a block. Nice move inside that time, and Onalaska will get decent field position at their own 33. Yeah, Ryan Johnson actually kind of gave me the hard knocks of football when we played together. I was a sophomore. He was a junior. I was just kind of, learning a little bit more about the offense, figuring out the bubble screen, and I made a bad block, and, man, did he get in my face and let me know about it. But I tell you what, I loved playing with him. He always pushed me hard when we played together, that's for sure.
Ryan was definitely a competitor.
He still is.
And he
still is.
Competitor as a businessman now, too.
Absolutely. Here's Larson now in the shotgun. They're going to have to throw it now. And a great play design, drag route over the middle of the field. And Maddie Burnett coming off untouched. Great blocking again by Pika on the outside. And number 77, Ben Bossman, playing left tackle tonight. Like you said, Coach, a lot of reshuffling tonight on the offensive line for Onalaska.
Yeah, and, at times they've looked like they're in rhythm. At times they've looked like they're not, and I think that is a result of, just making some changes up front there.
Man coverage now for Central, and pulling it down is Larson, tucking and running that time. Pump fake, and he's going to get about a yard. Good pressure that time by Coulter Borgie, number 79.
That was kind of a coverage sack, I think. They
Yeah.
did a nice job covering the receivers, and he's about to throw it, pulled it down, and just tried to get something, got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Central's done a good job for the most part tonight on Onalaska's receivers. And they're sticking in man coverage here, too, which is interesting. Here's Gillis, a nice hole, and he's going to get the first down, about a 12-yard gain, 14-yard gain for Gillis. And Onalaska back in Central territory, moving down the field, Coach, trying to answer that last score down to Central's 31-yard line.
Yeah, pretty solid drive so far. They're obviously going to have to, continue it and get some points out of this possession.
Left hand strong. Gillis in the backfield. Blitz coming for Central. Good protection. Larson will tuck it. Good stick that time, though.
That was the first time I think I saw him a little indecisive there. It looked like he had a little room if he wanted to run and was maybe trying to hang on and try to get a completed pass there, and it ended up just turning into a 1-yard run.
When I was studying this game, Coach, number 44, Jeff Paulson, was constantly around the ball and made a good play on Aiden Larson. He doesn't get talked about enough, but a very steady, solid, and smart linebacker for the Riverhawks. Larson, seam route. Skemp off the hands and maybe a little ahead of him that time.
Yeah, I think he had to get rid of it just a little sooner than he wanted to there. A little pressure up the middle again. That makes for difficult throws when they're right up in front of you.
Score update, 21-7. West Salem now over Logan. Starting to kind of close the door on the Rangers are the Panthers. Larson goes to the sideline to talk to Coach Yashinsky. Trips left.
3rd and long here, probably in 4-down territory.
Inside give to Gillis. Gillis gets about 3 yards. And like you said, Coach, you got to go for it here. I don't think there's any question with 8:33 left here in the 4th. (36-27) in favor of the Riverhawks. And kind of a tale of quarters here. Central took the first quarter. Onalaska took the second. Right now, Central taking the third. Great game here on the Cooley Region Sports Network. Glad you could join us. Larson's got pressure, looking, and tip ball, and it's intercepted. Intercepted that time. And what a game tonight. And up the field is Boston Brindley, and he's had one heck of a football game tonight for Central. Didn't see who got a hand on that Larson throw.
I didn't either, but boy, whoever it was just barely did. I thought that was a completed pass when it left his hand.
Yeah, it looked like he was just going for the high percentage right at the sideline for the first down. Great defense by Central. I believe that's the first turnover in this football game.
That was a huge play because the pass was there. The completed pass, the receiver had separated, and like I said, when it left his hand, I thought it was going to be first down on Onalaska. So,
yeah, Onalaska needs a stop now for sure with 7:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Central looking to proverbially close the door on this one. And Herlitsky, quarterback draw in the middle. Nice cut back inside. Flag on the play. Herlitsky going down the field.
Oh, boy,
and
what a
Herlitsky, how about this run? Breaking 3 tackles. Good blocking downfield. Touchdown Herlitsky, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, I think it's
and
going to come back.
usually that's holding. The River Falls Wildcats up 29-20 now over Holman. Holman's come back in that one. Yep, it's holding like we kind of thought, Coach, on the Riverhawks. And going to negate a very huge play that time by Herlitsky. And, man, such an athlete he is.
Just impressive.
Tremendous.
You know, they had him wrapped up 2 different times on that play and just doesn't go down for, rather small, 5'6", 5'7", but he's so good in space, but in that case, he used some strength to get out of some tackles.
Coulee Region Sports Network would like to thank Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal. They're a cut above the rest. And Slumberland Furniture. Design your way at Slumberland Furniture. CRSM would also like to thank Gino's Chicago Beef and Hot Dogs. Chicago food with an attitude. I know my wife found out last night at Angelini's when we were hanging out with Kelly that Gino's does gyros right from the spit. And when she heard that, she basically looked at me and said, we're going to lunch there one of these days this week. I'm like, all right.
I believe that's the 3rd play of 70-plus yards that Central's had called back due to penalties.
Yes. Good stat, Coach. Warren to the outside, gets some blocking, and a nice run that time. Bangor closing out Necedah now. Bangor ranked number 2 in Division 6. Guess who's ranked number 1, Coach? Edgar.
Yeah, there's not a surprise there. That's been for about 20
it's
consecutive
either Edgar
years.
or Bangor, one of the two. 42-22, the Cardinals up on Necedah, and Sparta now up 55-7.
Boy, Sparta's putting some points on the board this year.
I tell you, they lit it up last week. What did they have, 56 last week?
Yeah. Potent offense.
That program has turned around tremendously. Here's Shepard up the middle now.
Good
Shepard
run.
going to be close to a first down. I think he got it.
Yeah, he drug tacklers there for about 3 extra yards.
Foss on the tackle for the Hilltoppers. Another score update. I want to thank Rick Franke for all his help this evening. GET over Viroqua. GET looking to get their first win of the year, 54-7. GET, a lot of change in that program.
Yeah, Coach Steffenhagen's had a good run there. Looks like at least the first few weeks maybe he picked the right time to get out.
Yeah, well, sometimes the time is right when you know, and I don't know if it's because of talent or just because it is. You just kind of know.
Yep.
Herlitsky, handoff, and actually he keeps it. Good ball deception, and he's going to get to the outside. Great blocking by the wide receivers for the Riverhawks, and that's going to be about a 12-yard gain for Herlitsky.
Great ball fake, and then he was patient once he got out into space and allowed his receiver to lay a nice block on the D-back to get about another 10 yards.
Yeah, Herlitsky just does a great job of hiding that football. 6:30 left, and Central just grinding that clock down.
And another smart play. He got down right before he went out of bounds there to keep the clock moving.
The entertainment on these text messages. Arcadia leading Westby Dare Hay 22-14 is the score. Had to throw the Dare Hay here. God, Dare Hay. 36-27, 6:08 left. Central driving down the field. Trips left now. I should say right, excuse me. And Herlitsky, quarterback draw. And Central's just going to grind this clock out and try to punch it in and not give Onalaska a lot of opportunity to get back into this one would be my guess. High percentage running attack. How about Holman, though? They were down 29-7, and they're making a game of it again.
Yeah, they kind of did the same thing against Onalaska last week.
Oh, I do have one of my friends at the game there watching it and said Holman, just like last week, kind of sloppy with the football in the first half, and then second half kind of got composed, started to get it together a little bit.
That's kind of unusual for a team that doesn't throw the ball much to, get buried early and still stick with it and be able to get back in the game.
Hurlitsky sacked in a big play. Man, I tell you, off the edge, Ben Stewart with a nice and opportune sack for the Hilltoppers. Third and 13 now for the Riverhawks. As time is ticking away on the Hilltoppers. 4:50 left. Have to see probably some timeouts coming here rather quickly from Coach Yashinsky.
And I think if you watch here, Hurlitsky will look at the back judge and wait till he starts counting. Let that clock run. I think they're going to take a timeout here, let it run down, and call a timeout.
Yep, there it is, Coach. And we'll keep it right here. See what's going on over at the Crow. Always something going on over there as well. And they got that Surly Tap takeover going on September 23rd from 6 to 8, about 10 beers on tap. The Toppling Waters events, they collab with Central Waters and Top Goliath Breweries. That is to be determined, but that'll be in October, another tap takeover. The Crow's going to offer a brunch service every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 11 starting this Saturday, Coach. So tomorrow is when you can get that at the Crow. Man, the Crow's got a lot of good stuff going on. Burgers, bourbon, and beer downtown La Crosse.
I thought I noticed the manager at the Old Crow, Juice, as possibly an assistant coach for Holman's team last week when they were shaking hands at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's a former UW lacrosse player, so probably bring some value to that program.
The big guy. The Juice?
The Juice.
Yeah.
Not OJ the
No,
Juice.
No. I didn't go there. I didn't go there. I did. One of my neighbors bought one of those new Ford Broncos, though. And I look at it, and it's like, that's not a Bronco. What is that? God, you can't replace nostalgia when it comes to the Ford Bronco. Not after OJ. Warren in motion. Hurlitsky. And he's got a receiver. Intercepted. And a great job that time by Adam Skifton to read that play. And an opportune pick that time. And a huge turnover for the Hilltoppers to stop Central down on this side of the field. And they're not done yet, Coach.
Yeah, they're going to have to, probably pick up the pace a little bit here. 4 and change left. Got to get 2 scores yet, so probably run something a little more up-tempo.
Yeah, I think they need to try and take a shot, too. Set it up somehow. Don't make it too obvious. They've got the speed on the field to do it, and Larson's definitely got the arm to pull it off. 4:16 left in the fourth. Central up by 9. Larson takes it. Quick out to Nicky Odom. Nice job getting out of bounds. First down, Hilltoppers.
Good solid start to the drive. Get a first down. Get that confidence back.
Stay in rhythm.
Yeah, there's time here. They probably have to score in a couple minutes. Certainly capable.
Outside, Nicky Odom. He's got blockers. Odom gets out of bounds, and wow. Big play for the Hilltoppers right when they needed it, and Coach, it only took 8 seconds off the clock.
Run that play 3 times now. Odom's picked up 19, 10, and 23 yards, so that's been a pretty successful play for him.
So 4:03 left now in the fourth. Ball going to be placed on the 37-yard line of the Riverhawks. Onalaska knocking on the door now. Larson back to pass. Good pressure coming. Looking for a receiver. Throws it out there, and a nice catch that time.
Great catch.
By Nicky Odom. Little Nicky's on the juke. What a catch that time by Odom. And again to the sideline, but they're going to say he didn't get out of bounds. The clock continues to run with 3:39 left. Onalaska to the line quickly. Larson takes the snap. Seam route's open. Sees it. Nice play that time by Aiden Larson to see that develop. Great throw to Skemp. Onalaska's going to get to the line quickly. Clock is stopped at 3:28. Now it starts again. 3:25 left in the fourth. Onalaska in the red zone. Trips right. Larson takes the snap, rolls out. Nice block by Gillis. High percentage throw outside to Skifton. Tries to get into the end zone. He's going to be down at the 1 with 3:07 left here. Onalaska probably wants to get on the ball quickly on this exchange as well. Second down and goal for the Hilltoppers. And what do we got here? Timeout going to be called. And Central's going to call a timeout. Interesting. We'll take a quick one as well. This is high school football on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
It's raining again. You're trying to sleep upstairs, but you're thinking about what's going on down here. How is your sump pump doing? Is it still running? What will you find in the basement? At Every Plumbing, we want you to sleep with confidence during the heaviest of rains. Our double sump pump with controller system will give you that confidence. It minimizes wear and tear on pumps, and if one fails, there's always a backup. Call Every Plumbing today for a free estimate.
Oh, I love that music, Coach, in this situation. 2:50 left. 36-27 in favor of the Riverhawks, but Onalaska has second and goal on the 1-yard line, looking to get the ball into the end zone. Now, if they go for 2, it's still a one-possession game for Central. So if they go for 2, it'll bring them 1 point behind. So either way, just doing the extra point and or going for 2, it really doesn't matter in this situation. Larson with a nice jump pass.
Jump pass.
I wonder where he learned that from. Touchdown. Connor Johansson that time getting the ball. Another great play call by the Hilltoppers coach and a touchdown for Onalaska.
Minute 26 seconds right down the field, so that's exactly what they needed.
They've got time.
Didn't use a lot of time. They have 3 timeouts left, so big drive for Onalaska.
And like I thought, they'll bring out Ben Foss here for just the extra point attempt. That's what I would do. Not to say that my thinking is always correct.
Yeah, he's pretty solid on extra points here. You just want to get within
high percentage.
Get within the field goal.
And the kick is up, and it's no good.
Oh, might have
Pushed
jinxed it
to the right. So Onalaska gets on the board. 36-34 is the score. We got 2:46 left. We'll keep it here, Coach.
Well, Onalaska did exactly what they needed to do. Quick drive, about 6-7 play drive down the field. Now, now you got to make a decision. You got all 3 timeouts. It allows you the opportunity to kick it deep or kick a squib kick, or they had one successful onside kick in the first half. Wouldn't surprise me to see them try that, but then you're giving up some field position if it doesn't work.
Cooley Region Sports Network would like to thank our sponsors to help make these broadcasts possible. Cooley Bank, bank with confidence app. Cooley Bank, Maury's Volkswagen and Audi of La Crosse, moving life forward. Cooley Golf Bowl, Bar and Grill, the #1 recreational facility in Onalaska, and King Street Kitchen La Crosse, traditional homestyle meals with exceptional service. They are also our post-game sponsor, and we'll get to that post-game. But, man, we might still have a lot of football going on here.
Yeah, you never know. Onalaska can get a stop, and again, although Foss just missed that extra point, he's a pretty good weapon to have as a field goal kicker.
And the kick down the field and staying in bounds. And Central's got to get on top of that. Are they going to say it went out? Because I'm pretty sure the Central player was on top of the football before that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, it sure looked like it. It looked like he, if nothing else, was just trying to push it out of bounds, help the ball a little bit.
Let's see if they.
Yeah, they're calling it down.
I was gonna say they should pick that flag up. That was pretty close, but Central did land on that football before it went out of bounds. So 2:46 left. Onalaska needs a stop. They have all 3 timeouts, like you said, Coach.
Yeah, we'll see how conservative Central plays this now. I got to believe they're just going to put the ball in Herlitzky's hands and let him make some decisions.
A lot of Shepard and Herlitzky would be my guess here in this situation. He trips right here. Shepard lined up next to Herlitzky. Onalaska in a 5-2 set. Here's Herlitzky coming off right. Nice blocking by Central. Good job by Adam Skifton, though, to come up and make a good play on the football, and a timeout going to be taken here by the Hilltoppers. Well, 2:39 left here. 36-33 in favor of Onalaska. The Hilltoppers desperately need a stop here, Coach, no question.
Yeah, I think Central, they're going to try to put it on the ground again, whether it's Herlitzky on a keeper or tucking it into Shepard. Onalaska's probably going to overcommit to the run here.
Yeah, with a weapon like Herlitzky, you just got to make sure, though, that you don't give him something wide open down the field where he can unleash that ball, and then it's lights out for the Hilltoppers. And I'm sure that the Onalaska coaching staff is prepared for that scenario. It's been a good football game back and forth. Only 1 turnover in this game. Not a lot of miscues. And Herlitzky gives to Shepard. Shepard inside, a hole there, and nice blocking up front by the Riverhawks. And the time ticks away. Connor Johansson with the tackle. Max Van Zee, we called his name out before, but man, he is quick for a guy his size. 2:22 and counting. Onalaska with 2 timeouts left. Hilltoppers desperately need a stop. Trips left. Herlitzky letting the time wind down. And he'll give it to Shepard off right. And timeout going to be taken by the Hilltoppers. Only a 2-yard gain that time for Onalaska. Coach Yashitsky going to pop out and talk to his players quick. 2nd and 6 now for Central when they get back on the field. And, Coach, you got to think, with the amount of time that this defense has been out here on the field, this is kind of a rough scenario for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I think they may be wearing down a little. They have been on the field a lot this second half. Central's, pounded the ball up the middle often with Shepard, and when they haven't, Herlitzky's got around the edge. So, it wears you down. But minute 50 left, you got to dig in here, and you get 2 stops, force a punt, you never know what can happen.
Onalaska staying in that 5-2, which is designed to stop Herlitzky, but he's such a versatile weapon. Trips right. Warren in motion. And a bad snap. And going to be a sack or a loss on the play. Jonathan Nickram in on that. Stirring on that as well. Ben Foss also coming up to make a nice play, and that's just what Onalaska needed right there, and they take their final timeout. 1:45 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Well, that was close to being a disaster for Central with a high snap. Nice job by Herlitzky reining it in.
We talked about, high school sports and timing. Same thing with the punt down here on this end of the field, with Bonner in the 3rd quarter of this game. But, I mean, these are young kids. You know what I mean? You can talk about being composed all you want, but in a high-pressure situation, sometimes it just doesn't matter. They're going to make mistakes. But it's how you overcome and develop from those mistakes. And I thought Hurlitsky did a good job of getting the ball down and at least not, giving it back to the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, good job not panicking there. That's what's so great about high school sports.
Right.
Builds character.
Absolutely. So 3rd down and about 7 here for Central. And the give is to Shepard, and a great tackle that time by the Hilltoppers. 139 and counting. Trevor Fink coming up and making a nice play on Shepard, and you got to think Central's probably going to go for it here.
Yeah, I think they'll run it down until there's, just a second or two left, and then call a timeout, and then talk it over and decide what they want to do. Onalaska should get the ball back around a minute left.
Now they're going to stay on the field and maybe see if, I bet they're trying to see if they can make Onalaska make a mistake at the line of scrimmage would be my guess.
Try to get them to jump. I'd be surprised if they run a play here.
And timeout Central. And Mitch Olson does not look happy about something.
I think he thought maybe they were being just a little lackadaisical trying to get up there and get that play off.
57 seconds left in this one. The Riverhawks up by 3 on the Hilltoppers. Good football game here tonight. A lot of back and forth action. Glad we could bring it to you here. Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. The late, great Roger Herring. You see some photos of him right now up on the screen. And what an influence he's been in this area. Man, he built this Seagulls program into a juggernaut for many years. And some NFL talent coming out of here. Not just talking about that, but just good people in general, good people that went on to coach around the country. I mean, just the roots that he's left here in the La Crosse area will be something that'll never be forgotten.
Yeah, he's a pretty remarkable human being, and I know a lot of people that played for him, and nothing but great.
Yeah, respect.
Yep. Well, I'm a little surprised here. If Central does not make this, they're going to leave Onalaska in great field position.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd think about punting it and make Onalaska go down the field with no timeouts. They might be trying to make him jump, too.
Yeah, I guess a penalty here wouldn't be. Well, it looks like they're going to run something.
Or a pooch punt. Warren in motion. Inside give. Nope, it's Hurlitsky.
He got it.
He got the first down. And that is going to do it for Onalaska. Are they going to measure?
No, they gave it to him.
They gave it to him. Great play design that time by the Riverhawks. Hurlitsky again. So good with the football coach and gets a clutch first down here as the time is ticking away with 38 seconds left in this one. And the Riverhawks are going to go to 1-1 in the MVC, and so will the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, this is a big win for Central. I believe they have River Falls next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge matchup.
Just a really patient run by Hurlitsky there. It was kind of a slow developing play, but he allowed his blockers to get the job done up front and got 4 yards when he needed 3.
And this one is over here at Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. Your final score, the Central Riverhawks 36 and the Onalaska Hilltoppers 33. Good back and forth game here. We'll be back with your King Street Kitchen post-game show. This is high school football on the Coulee Region Sports Network.
Imagine if you could feel better and live healthier without drugs or surgery. What if we told you that at Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we can help you turn that thought into a reality for you and your family with safe, gentle, and effective chiropractic care? At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we focus on treating the whole person at one of our multiple locations, located in Southwest Wisconsin. We are a team of family-oriented chiropractors who offer our patients quality care as it relates to nutrition and weight loss, exercise, and living a healthy lifestyle. From newborns to seniors and everyone in between, all of our patients can experience the benefits of chiropractic care. Whether you're visiting us because you want to feel better, get out of pain, or even lose weight, we want you to know that you've come to the right place on your journey to wellness. Through tailored and specific care plans, we'll create the best treatment for your unique needs. And we don't stop there. We'll listen to your concerns and make you a partner in your care. At Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Centers, we don't just get you well, we'll help you stay well too. Discover the Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center's difference.
Cooley Golf Bowl is the #1 recreation facility in Onalaska, but it's also a perfect place to watch the big game or stop in after a hard day's work to unwind with great food and drinks. Cooley Golf Bowl has you covered with an extensive menu, including great choices from apps to entrees and mouth-watering daily specials like burgers, tacos, prime rib, tenderloin tips, shrimp, fish, and roasted chicken are just a few of the daily specials. Cooley Golf Bowl Sports Bar and Grill. Visit them online at CooleyGB.com and sign up for their e-club to get special offers and promotions.
We are always working for a sustainable tomorrow. That's our promise. A promise doesn't change when things get tough. These are unprecedented times, and that promise of who we are and what we stand for can be seen on the faces of our 45,000 teammates. We could not be prouder of them as they continue to be there for our customers, for our communities, and for each other, today and tomorrow.
Fall and winter are fast approaching, and CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal suggests you leave that fall cleanup and snow removal to them. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal can provide all the services you need to make your neighbors green with lawn envy. Mowing, trimming, edging, landscaping, gutter cleaning, and they even work with Grace's pet waste removal to be your complete lawn cleanup solution. Go to CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal on Facebook to get a free quote for your fall cleanup and snow removal needs, or give them a call at 608-792-2874. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal, a cut above the rest.
Since 2006, King Street Kitchen in La Crosse has been serving its customers traditional home-style meals with exceptional service. If it's breakfast you crave, it's available all day or night at King Street Kitchen. Serving the best pancakes in town. Just ask the customers. King Street Kitchen La Crosse on Bite Squad, Eat Street, and Grubhub apps for delivery. Enjoy our food in your kitchen or ours. King Street Kitchen, King Street La Crosse.
It's the King Street Kitchen postgame show and the King Street Kitchen play of the day. King Street Kitchen in La Crosse. Traditional home-style meals with exceptional service. Here's Rick and Scotty.
Final score tonight from Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field. The Riverhawks get their first win in the MVC over the Hilltoppers, 36-33. And we got some stats from Mike Rude, don't we?
Yeah, total yards, as you would expect in a close game like this, were pretty equal. Onalaska had 408 yards, Central 436. Out of Central's 436, it was 305 yards rushing, so big ground game, 131 passing. Onalaska a little bit of the reverse. Onalaska threw for 264 yards, ran for 144. Individual stats, Hurlitsky for Central was 4 for 10 passing for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Hurlitsky also led in rushing, 19 carries for 141 yards and 2 scores, and Shepard had 15 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Warren 2 for 73 and a score, and Petoskey had 1 for 36 and a score. For Onalaska, Aiden Larson with a nice ball game again tonight, 18 for 29, 264 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rushing, Gillis had 14 carries for 55 yards, Odom 3 for 52. And receiving for Onalaska, Michael Skemp had 5 catches for 118 yards and 3 scores, big game for Michael. And Nicky Odom had 8 catches for 111 yards and 1 score.
So another big night for Nicky Odom and Skemp, and just a really good offensive football game overall. The 1 turnover and, of course, the punt. That wasn't a punt. That cost Onalaska, some mental errors, but overall a good football game here tonight. Moving on to some other scores in the area, some finals. Arcadia over Westby, 22-14. That's the final. Bangor closes out Necedah, 49-30 to stay undefeated. Cashton over Luther, 35-18 tonight. West Salem, 21-7 over Logan. Melrose Mindoro falls to Augusta, 44-28. Sparta, 55. Thomas, 7. That's a final. GET, 54. Viroqua, 7. That's final. DeSoto, 44. Boscobel, 6. That's a final. And, of course, yesterday we had Aquinas over Black River Falls, 58-9. Trying to see if I can find a score for Holman and for River Falls. I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see if we can find one here as we have one more break to take, and then we'll wrap up and have some parting thoughts here as, again, the Hilltoppers fall today to the Riverhawks, 36-33. This is high school football in your King Street Kitchen post-game show on the Cooley Region Sports Network.
At Ultra, we believe in financial health and that good habits start early. Learning how to save and spend responsibly can make a big difference in a child's life and yours. Give your child the independence they want with Ultra's Live Your Life Spend account. It's a free account designed for money-savvy teens and young adults with all the extra features you'll love. No minimum balance and no monthly fees. Free online and mobile banking, plus cash-back debit card rewards. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Since 2006, King Street Kitchen in La Crosse has been serving its customers traditional home-style meals with exceptional service. If it's breakfast you crave, it's available all day or night at King Street Kitchen. Serving the best pancakes in town. Just ask the customers. King Street Kitchen La Crosse on Bite Squad, Eat Street, and Grubhub apps for delivery. Enjoy our food in your kitchen or ours. King Street Kitchen, King Street La Crosse.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
With the oak and the eagle as witness. Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call State Farm agent Kurt Paff in Onalaska at 608-783-1130.
When you start craving the great taste of Chicago-style Italian beef, sausage, Vienna beef hot dogs, or off-the-spit gyros, or the new Italian sub sandwich packed with imported Italian lunch meat and provolone, it's time for you and 2-3 of your friends to hop in your ride and fill that crave with great Chicago food with attitude. Gino's Chicago beef and hot dogs in Onalaska. You can also have Gino's delivered right to you through the Eat Street app and grab it. Gino's Chicago beef and hot dogs. The real taste of Chicago.
Back at Veterans Memorial Complex, Roger Herring Field, the final score again. The La Crosse Riverhawks take down the Onalaska Hilltoppers 36-33. We do not have a score confirmed from River Falls and Holman. I do know River Falls was up 29-20. They did win the game. We just don't know what the final score is. So River Falls will take on Central next week. Onalaska will be at home against Logan next week. And Logan fell tonight. So the MVC so far pretty interesting. This is a big bounce-back game for Central, who last week I felt kind of shocked by West Salem. West Salem, though, winning again tonight. So it's early in the season, but a lot of topsy-turvy going on in the MVC, Coach.
Yeah, West Salem, I don't know if it was shocking that they won the game, but to me it was more shocking that they held Central scoreless.
Down. Yeah. I mean, 5 turnovers by Central, and then tonight they look fantastic. You have to give credit to Mitch Olson and Central's coaching staff. They did a good job, kind of rectifying some issues from last week. And on the other side, Onalaska played a great game tonight. Just a couple things didn't go their way. Just a good football game in general. A lot of talent in this MVC, Coach.
Yeah, those are 2 really good football teams, and I think probably playoff teams down the road. And they both will get a crack at River Falls yet. So they're both still in the hunt here for sure. I felt like Central kind of took over the line of scrimmage in the second half. They were from a defensive standpoint, Kegel, it seemed like, was in the backfield a lot. Made Larson get rid of the ball a little bit early a few times. Shepard made some big plays from the linebacker spot.
Yeah, he was huge.
And as far as running the ball in the second half, Central only threw the ball 10 times tonight, but they got 340 yards rushing. So in my mind, that kind of was the difference in the game. And then there was one critical play. I don't think either one of us caught who tipped the ball, but Larson had an open receiver on a 4th down play deep in Central territory, and someone elevated and just barely got a hand on it and tipped it. Would have been a first down on Alaska.
Might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, could have been.
I mean, it was that close. And Boston Brindley had just a game for him to remember tonight. That interception, he had a huge sack, a fumble recovery. I mean, he had a great game tonight for Central. Well, that being said, next week is homecoming at Onalaska. And, man, we're going to have all the action as Logan comes to town for homecoming. And the final score again tonight, the Central Riverhawks prevail, get their first win of the season in the MVC over the Onalaska Hilltoppers, 36-33. Coach, I thank you for joining me. Did you have a good time?
I had a blast. I hope I get a chance to do it again sometime.
I think you will. All right. This has been High School Football on the Cooley Region Sports Network. We'll talk to you next week.
This has been a Cooley Region Sports Network production of the CRSN YouTube channel and CooleyRegionSportsNetwork.com. All of tonight's Onalaska High School sports coverage has been made possible by these local businesses. Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Agency of Onalaska. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chiropractic Place Family Wellness Center. Natural, gentle, and effective care. Big Al's Pizza, downtown La Crosse. Quality and tradition since 1979. Hilltopper Refuse and Recycling Service, La Crosse's leader in waste management solutions. Every Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the La Crosse area since 1969. The Crow, burgers, bourbon, beer. Noble Insurance Service, building strong relationships to secure your future. Also by Howie's, La Crosse's hometown hangout. Waste Management, always working for a sustainable tomorrow. Angelini's Pizzeria and Ristorante. You're invited to taste the difference. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life. CT Lawn Care and Snow Removal, a cut above the rest. Slumberland Furniture, design your way at Slumberland Furniture. Gino's Chicago Beef and Hot Dogs, Chicago food with attitude. Cooley Bank, bank with confidence at Cooley Bank. Cooley Golf Bowl Bar and Grill, the #1 recreational facility in Onalaska. And by Maury's Volkswagen Audi of La Crosse, moving life forward. Please subscribe to CRSN on YouTube. And don't forget to click on the bell to get immediate notifications whenever we go live anywhere. Also, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram to see highlights from games. Cooley Region Sports Network. Live, local, and anywhere you can get the World Wide Web. CRSN.